everyone. I'm back.
How are you doing? Feeling any better?
Much better, thanks. Whew, it is so good to have you guys here. I was a little worried that the theater would be empty by the time I got back. Let me see. Tonya and Vodyanitsa are missing, which means Vodyanitsa died last night. And then you discovered that Tonya was the other dead person. Am I right?
Not Tonya. Petashka.
First, tell us how you made it back here. Given the conditions outside, no one should be able to return alive.
You're right. The thing that got me back safely was a song. I heard someone singing. After walking into the snowstorm, my mind grew hazy. I don't know how long I walked through the storm before my mind completely slipped away. Then, suddenly, I heard the sound of singing. The voice instantly brought me back to my senses, and I regained consciousness. So I followed the voice, searching for the source of the singing. I searched and searched, until finally, just a few moments ago, there was the entrance to the theater, right in front of me.
I've actually never performed this song in the theater before, because it has more of a ceremonial purpose for our people. It's not meant for the stage. It means something like, "May those we have lost watch over us, and follow this song back home in the night."
That must have been Vodyanitsa's requiem. Who knew it actually worked?
That song is meant to guide the souls of the dead.
Huh. No kidding. Seemed like when I first stepped out of the theater, I was still quite lucid. My memory of it is still pretty intact. I remember the outside world being completely different than what I'd expected. It was like this was a world where I don't know how else to describe it, except to say that, and as for the requiem, if I was guided here by Vodyanitsa's song, it can only mean that I must already be dead. But I didn't experience a clear moment of death while I was out there. Nor do I feel any different now than before I walked into the snowstorm.
You don't seem any different to me either. In fact, this is something I've been wondering about for a while now. If souls aren't physical, shouldn't they lack tangible form? Both Shram and Petashka were clearly deceased, and yet their souls didn't look or feel like ghosts at all. They were visible, tangible, no different than you or me.
This raises a truly terrible thought. Is that really what Mitya is suggesting? Mitya's soul was summoned, of course. Then maybe we've all been...
Yes. I think that this is probably the afterlife.
What did you say?
You heard me. We died in the theater. All of us did. But due to an obstruction in the theater's ley lines, our souls are trapped here, while an endless, infinite snowstorm rages outside. It's ironic, really. All that time, we were working so hard to figure out who the deceased among us were. Do you remember that note, "Death is near"? Seems like we misunderstood what it meant after all. Death was nearer than we wanted to think all along. The note simply meant that all of us were already dead.
So all our attempts to survive, our search for the deceased, it was all for nothing?
Hard to say. At the very least, we helped 2 lost souls find clarity and go to where they belong. The presence of those 2 is probably what caused our souls to be drawn in by the ley lines. In which case, the deaths we've awoken to over the past few days were just souls returning to the ley line.
If what you're saying is true, doesn't that make us the lost souls? Huh, no wonder. This afternoon, when I was moving Vodyanitsa's body, I noticed that the other bodies in the room hadn't decayed one bit after all these days.
That's further proof that those aren't physical bodies at all, but merely our shells here in the afterlife.
Am I really dead? No, that's impossible. This cannot be how it all ends.
I still find it hard to believe that all of us are dead.
Not even knowing how we died is preposterous.
Exactly. It's hard to rest in peace when you don't even know how you died. It gave me lots to think about as I strode out. I racked my brains trying to remember the cause of my death. The exact moment I died. The root of... Wait. Hold on. Right before I lost consciousness, I think I saw something. I can't remember. And I think I lost my notebook and pen.
Mitya, your hand. Is that blood on your fingers?
Huh? You're right. There's blood on the fingertips of my right hand. Looks like it's already dried. When did that happen? What the... I guess... this was what I saw. I must have desperately drawn it in my own blood right before losing consciousness. What's wrong? Do you recognize the symbol?
It's... Renova. The...
Huh?
Alosha, do you still remember that 𝐒𝐚𝐧𝐝𝐫𝐸 folktale you told me about? It was about the Grim Reaper. When someone's about to die, and as soon as you recognize his face, your life is over.
I heard a similar tale when I was little. You think the Grim Reaper in this story
That's right. In which case, death is near could also mean that the Grim Reaper...
Death, the deceased, and the Grim Reaper? When I first saw this note, I thought it contradicted the investigation report. But now it seems like that was the whole intention.
So the Grim Reaper deliberately misled us. Then, we started suspecting each other and searched for the deceased while they hid in plain sight.
By that logic, the one person most likely to be the Grim Reaper in... No doubt about it. Looking back at how everyone has acted over the past... Is it you, Alosha? You were the first to discover the investigation report, and you had plenty of time to slip the note inside to
So? Surely you can't suspect me based on that alone. What if someone else found the investigation report first, slipped the note inside, and then put it back without telling anyone?
There's no denying it. The note could easily have been slipped...
That's not all. I've also noticed that, although on the surface, looking back now, even though you didn't say much...
What do you mean?
You were the one who emphasized how dangerous it was outside and insisted we all stay here. It was also you who suggested that we all... And earlier today, you tried to convince Ptashka to stay. I don't understand why.
So, you didn't understand my intentions, and now you're assuming the worst. Seems pretty unreasonable.
He still won't admit it? Fine.
The biggest question I have right now is... if the Grim Reaper is impersonating a...
That's right. This was right at the start before... When all this began, right after the performance ended and the snowstorm began to pick up, no one suspected anything unusual. It wasn't until we discovered the bodies the morning after that we realized something out of the ordinary was going on. But it's clear now that the oddities actually started earlier than that.
Right. So Mr. Dimov was the first victim.
And if we pinpoint that moment as the beginning of this incident, Alosha, you are the only person who...
More precisely, Alosha never came back at all.
Not bad. Well, since you've backed me into a corner, I suppose there's no point in keeping up the act.
Alosha?
You're the Grim Reaper?
I am no such tired cliché. Mortals should address me as the ruler of death. Before being wiped out for good, you identified the two deceased, and even sensed my presence. A commendable achievement. Far beyond what I expected.
I heard you can ferry souls. those deaths each night, were they your doing?
Your initial conclusion was correct. Due to the existence of the two deceased, every night they devoured an equal number of souls to fill the void. This required no intervention from me. Though, of course, ferrying souls is indeed my authority. Here, take a look.
What are you doing?
That takes care of today's too. Don't get so worked up. You are already dead, and your souls must return to the ley lines.
I know we're already dead. You murdered us, didn't you?
Murdered? No. Murder is when mortals usurp my authority. Death is my jurisdiction. If I require someone to die, I need not resort to such laborious. You simply met the criteria to trigger my curse of death.
I know about the curse of immortality. So there's another death-related curse too? You cursed us? When? And why would you do such a thing?
So often, humans pray to me, begging to know when their death will come, and what form it will take. But few people ask why. If you must have an answer, know that death comes simply because one's time has come.
So you're not gonna tell us the truth?
Hold your tongue. By all rights, you should. Those angels from the past are to blame for their reckless renovation of the ley lines here. It's made my work on this occasion infuriatingly.
Work? So trapping us here, making us watch our friends die, that's just another day at work for you?
You clearly have a lot of questions. Fine. As a reward for your remarkable accomplishments over the past few days, after the physical body dies, the soul must return to the ley lines for that person's death to be considered complete. My work encompasses the entire process of death, including, naturally. You must also be rather familiar with Natlan's Night Kingdom, I presume? It was I who supported the creation of the Night Kingdom. Here, too, the ley lines connected to the theater underwent some modifications. The angels hoped to make them capable of accommodating the souls, but this actually hindered their ability to accept ordinary souls to some degree. This effect manifested itself after you died from the curse in the theater, leaving you stranded in the afterlife, unable to achieve a complete death. But if souls who die from the curse of death fail to return to the ley lines within a short window of time, then they will remain forever suspended between life and death.
So if you don't resolve this matter soon, and see all our souls return to the ley lines before long, we'll escape your control.
Mitya is sharp. This must be what Renova was worried might happen, and the reason she got involved to begin with. But if you have the authority to guide souls, why didn't you just show yourself and get it over with? Why hide among us in the form of Alosha?
You seek to understand the mind of a god. This is a theater, and I decided I wanted to watch a show about death. That's why I encouraged you to take the events. I found myself getting quite immersed. I suppose the entertainment you provided makes up for all the trouble you've caused me by being so defiant in the face of death. There. Are you happy with my answer?
Can't say I am.
Really? But it fits the stereotypes you humans have about gods.
Just moments ago, you were complaining about how infuriatingly complicated your work here has been. Work is work, I get it. There are times when it's a huge pain, but you just have to get it done, right?
That's a rather unique perspective for a human. You are in fact correct. Due to the obstruction in the theater's ley lines, there is a hard limit on the number of souls they can receive each day, making it impossible for me to ferry all your souls. Revealing my identity too soon would inevitably have led to futile resistance. Then there was the issue of the two lost souls you called the deceased. The way you resolved that quandary was all part of my design.
That's what I don't understand. If all of us were souls of the dead, what made their presence among us special?
For centuries, They have refused to return to the ley lines, exploiting the issues created by the angel civilization to resist being drawn. Centuries of obsession accumulated during this process. You may think of this obsession as the resentment of the dead. It reached the point where I could not afford to leave it unchecked. But the only way to fix it was to help them acknowledge their own deaths. Only then, with my guidance, could they finally return to the ley lines. Otherwise, you would not.
I vaguely remember seeing Patoshka, but in the most terrifying form.
I see your dreams brought you many revelations. So you see, death in fact grants wisdom to mortals. Souls, anyway, giving psychological counseling to lost souls is not my... That is more of an angel's role. It was something I could not resolve directly using my authority. Meanwhile, of course, their presence caused the souls of other members of your party to return to the ley lines as both issues slowly resolved one another without me having to lift a finger. All I had to do was stay close by and of course, while I was at it, I thoroughly enjoyed watching this.
Sounds like you had it all figured out, Grim Reaper. I just did the math. You said there's a hard limit to the number of souls the ley lines here can receive each day. It's 2, isn't it?
That much is obvious, even to a fool.
It's time to review this whole affair. If the ley lines can only take in 2 people per day, I need to go over the deaths from these Looking back now, none of us had the faintest idea at the time. From the moment the staff member named Dimov walked into the snowstorm, the incident had already begun. No. Let me go over... No. Let me go over... No. Let... No. Let me go over this again. No. No. Let me go. No. No. Let me... Alosha was the second to walk into the snowstorm after Dimov to investigate. During this process, the ruler of death assumed his identity. During our first night in the theater, everyone was caught up in the novelty of it all. No one could have expected there would be victims the very next morning. Despite all the confusion, and with the help of hindsight, we finally began to realize that something was amiss with the snowstorm. The ley lines devoured Torgov and Sobolova on the first night. At the time, Odette and I spoke a lot that night. 3 people were on watch, but in the morning, we discovered that someone had fallen victim all the same. The deaths of Kulish and Ranpana caused everyone to stop suspecting Lelek. Unexplainable phenomena occurred one after another. Later, we discovered that there seemed to be an extra person among us, and subsequently discovered the existence of the deceased. We thought it was all over, but Mr. Valeri's death was a rude awakening for everyone. No. No. Mr. Schramm realized he was the deceased, and a lot happened today. Mr. Valeri's death led us to discover the connection between... The fact that there was more than one deceased seemed to bring us back to square one. Odette revealed some information she had been keeping to herself. As it happened, Katashka filled the void left by Micha's return from the girl I thought was Child's sister, Tonya, turned out to be another. Vodyanitsa was swallowed by the ley lines in her sleep, but the requiem she sang before falling asleep was quite a game-changer. Come to think of it, Katashka was about to walk into the snowstorm at that time, and Renova, unaware that Micha would return, was concerned that her soul would looking back. I suppose that was an early slip. No one could have expected anyone who walked into the snowstorm to return. But just after nightfall, Micha returned, bringing crucial information with him. Various truths began to surface, including that all of us were already dead, and that the ruler of death was here among us. Then, after revealing her true form, Renova callously claimed 2 souls. No. In fact, everyone was already dead by the time we took the photo. And in the days since, we've experienced many more partings in the after. Now, only Mitya and I remain, and the true culprit behind That covers everything.
Your work isn't finished here yet, is it? The Traveler and I are still standing here.
The Water Imp's song threw things off a little, but it is of no consequence. The ley lines have already anchored your soul, and the first ray of light tomorrow morning will take you back.
So the reunion in the night that Vodyanitsa mentioned, I suppose that was never meant to be a permanent reunion.
That just leaves you, Traveler. My power only allows me to temporarily separate your soul from and your soul is firmly anchored to your body by your will. For a descender like you, who is not bound by Tevat's rules, your death can only be brought through the most violent of means. I have no interest in involving myself with descenders. For now. Although, this may change if Asmodee remains
One last question then. All our struggles and sacrifices here.
Death abides no reason. Besides, what you call sacrifice is merely a concept to me. It is nothing more than a self-indulgent charade in the face of death.
Grim Reaper, you really know how to get on my nerves.
I'm not here to ingratiate myself with you. I kill, merely because your deaths are necessary.
Oh, you've made that quite clear. But humans don't take well to being scorned. Not even by the gods.
This is futile. You must know that you are powerless against me in my own domain. I suggest that you save your strength.
For what? Maybe we can't change it. But if nothing else, we can at least teach you to have some respect for the dead.
Audacious.
How are you holding up, Odette?
What happened to me?
How much do you remember?
What do you mean? Is the performance over?
Has Odette already forgotten? Mitya?
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I...
Don't you remember anything?
Yeah, I remember now, comrade. Looks like we guessed right. Just like me when Odette found me at the Armory Palace. For some reason, everyone killed by the ruler of death eventually came back to life. Just with one catch. They forgot what happened while they were dead.
Odette and the others have already forgotten everything. Why were you able to remember this time?
Could this be the reason? You said this is the ruler of death's symbol, right?
I don't see anything there.
You don't? Huh. Okay. Does that mean I carved this symbol into my soul? What about you, though? The ruler of death mentioned that you're a descender?
A full explanation would get complicated very quickly, but...
Well then, now that it's all over, let's figure out what we've learned. The first thing I notice is that everything here is precisely as we left it, right before our deaths.
They say that right before death, time slows down and your whole life flashes before your eyes.
That must be how you know you have one foot in the afterlife by that point. This also aligns with previous reports of widespread temporary memory loss among the Armory Palace personnel. To those unaware of the truth, dying and coming back to life must feel similar to a short bout of catatonia. This leaves me with a couple big questions. What are the conditions that trigger this so-called curse of death? And why are we resurrected after we die?
If nothing else, I think it shows that killing us wasn't her ultimate goal.
Right. This time only got complicated because of the situation with the theater's ley lines. Come to think of it, wasn't I about to note something down before I died? I can't remember what it was, but I think it was something related to my... Sorry, Traveler. I'll catch up with you again later. Right now, I have to make a trip back to the armor.
Ma'am, if I may, No one of your description has ever shown up in my investigations into Mr. Mitia's friends. Yet, you two seem very familiar with each other. Could you perhaps tell me where he was in such a rush to get to? And, by the way, have we ever crossed paths? Forgive the presumptuousness, but I feel a vague and indescribable sense of...
I can explain everything. Could you help me gather everyone in the theater in one place?
So, 𝐒𝐚𝐲 really is going to shut down the factory. I guess this theater incident actually did us some good after all. So, you said I promised to take you to the Armory Palace while we were in the afterlife, yes? I believe you. I think I agreed. Let's check in on her first. The whole reason for our trip to the Armory Palace anyway is to figure out what's going on with her.
Take a break.
I'm finally back. Even though a long time has passed from my perspective, as far as 𝐼mon's concerned, I probably just went out to watch a very short show. I should keep my emotions in check when I see 𝐼mon again, or it'll seem weird.
Wait. The atmosphere here feels off. Shh. Stay quiet. Let's go inside and take a look.
Have we still not been able to notify Child yet? We need new orders. What if that person comes back again? I'm so sorry. Under the circumstances, there was really nothing we could do.
Tell me, what happened to 𝐼mon?
It was the Jester. He came here in person and he's the director of the Fatui. His authority supersedes all others and cannot be questioned.
How long ago did he leave? And what was 𝐼mon's status?
It was about an hour ago. Miss 𝐼mon was fast asleep at the time. The Jester simply walked off with her as if it was only natural.
Do you know where they went?
The Armory Palace, most likely. Lord Piero, the Jester, has been overseeing the experiments there lately, I'm surprised he came in person. Whatever his reason for taking 𝐼mon, he'll most likely return to the Armory Palace first, which is exactly where we were headed anyway.
Then lead the way, Odette.
Okay, let's go. It's just up ahead. Quick, let's get inside.
No, I'll go alone. You know I'm planning to force my way in. You're with the Fatui, so you should stay outside.
I was hardly planning on taking you through the official channels anyway. I'm here to force my way in, just like you. I may be a Fatus, but I'm also Lelik, enemy of Project Stuja. 𝐼mon's safety is paramount right now. With me around, you'll have an extra pair of hands. There might be devices inside that are easier for an insider to deal with.
If you say so.
Let's go. There's no time to hesitate.
Pick up the pace.
Hey, Who are you? This part of the Armory Palace is under restricted access. What do you think you're doing?
No questions, please. We're short on time.
How tiresome. Show them. Emerge, right now. Let's test my hypothesis. Come on, keep up. How tiresome. Trespass at your peril. Come on out. Werewolves of the snowflakes. Kill it. Mirror.
Can't run from death.
Take a break. Together.
Now let's go.
The paths. Where are you coming from? So, you're intruders, huh? Then don't blame me for what happens next!
How tiresome.
The Armory Palace is hidden this deep in? This place is much bigger than I imagined.
They're conducting top-secret research, after all. The deeper it's hidden, the better, is standard Fatui logic.
The style doesn't really look like the Fatui's handiwork, though.
They must have requisitioned some...
Intruders! Stay alert!
Silhouette. Witness the snow swan's grace.
Take a break. How tiresome.
Intruders?
Just what are you guys trying to do here?
Come on out. At first, the flavor. A little elusive.
Shadow me.
Mission
Take a break.
No one interferes with a jester's work!
How tiresome. Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. Take a break. How tiresome. Pick up the pace. Pick up the...
Looks like no one's guarding this place.
There's something off about that decoration over there. Look out!
Let's deal with these before we move on.
Come on, keep up. Pick up the pace. Take a break. Pick up the pace.
The researchers here probably don't know that we're uninvited guests. Let's try not to hurt them.
What's the big star from the theater doing here?
That's Miss Odette.
Was the whole reason for Project Stuja to support the research here at the Armory Palace? Just what are the Fatui and the 𝐒𝐚𝐧𝐼𝐶 planning?
Take a break. Pick up the pace.
Whoa! Who are you? Never seen you around here before.
Looks like there's no way through here.
Maybe using the power of this prism could help?
I think I see some images.
It's the prism's power at play. causing images of the past to reappear. I'll be...
Paimon and the Jester? Is this another scene from the past?
Yes. It looks quite old, though. I don't think it happened in the recent past.
What's going on here? What happened?
The source seems to be the Armory Palace. They must have started some large-scale experiment.
Wait, what if this has something to do with Paimon? We need to hurry!
We're almost there. The Armory Palace is just up ahead.
Paimon, please be okay.
Mission!
Come on, keep up! Pick up the pace.
What's going on? It's the curse of death. No, no, not now. Odette? Is this the afterlife again? I need to find a way back to reality. Is that Odette's 𝐒𝐚𝐽𝐺𝐻𝐿? Odette! Odette! No signs of life, but past experience says that she should be resurrected before too long. Right? Did Odette intentionally use her 𝐒𝐴𝐽𝐺𝐻 to guide my soul? I feel like something similar happened in a dream I had before. Thank you, Odette. If not for you, my soul wouldn't have found its way back to my body so quickly. But I'm sorry. I don't have time to protect you. Sure enough, everyone here has been affected. Paimon! Paimon! No, wait. Paimon probably didn't escape Renova's curse either. She won't be able to respond to me right now. I'll have to find her myself. Mitya! Is this the laboratory he works in? What happened here to trigger the curse of death again so soon? I'll have to ask him when he wakes up. Finding Paimon has to take priority now. really is here.
You don't learn, do you? You've already been involved in one mass death, and now you show up at the scene of another. This might have passed for a coincidence the first time, but a second time? Am I to assume you are intentionally interfering in Snezhnaya's affairs? Judging by your expression, it seems that you understand little of what is going on here. In that case, a word to the wise. Do not interfere in Snezhnaya's affairs. A civilization that fails to learn its lesson constantly depletes its own worth. It will one day lose any reason for its existence. And as a descender, you are perfectly suited to be the lifeline to which a dying civilization might desperately cling.
No advice needed. I'll make my own judgments.
Suit yourself. When the day of reckoning arrives, not even a descender can hope to escape unscathed. The time for resurrection fast approaches. The mortals here are not yet worthy to behold my form. That thing is coming with me. You awoke sooner than I thought. The curse of immortality is stubborn, unable to enter the ley lines, yet not content to remain a spirit.
Ruler of death, what do you want?
You perplex me. Both you and you. That thing may be a creation of Celestia, but it possesses none of Celestia's power, let alone authority. Your obsession with it baffles me. No matter, the resurrection will soon begin. It's worthless anyway. I'll reclaim it next time.
Hey, who says there'll be a next time? I missed you, Paimon.
What are you talking about? We haven't even been apart for that.
It was... different this time. You seem to be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, Paimon's back in tip-top condition. It's the weirdest thing. The Jester and that guy talking to him used some kind of energy on Paimon. And she could kind of feel it canceling out that other thing that was making her feel unwell.
So, Mitya helped too?
Apologies for leaving in such a hurry at the theater earlier. I was in a rush to verify some theories. Rest assured that your companion is perfectly safe. We reversed the effects that the experimental energy had on her. The Jester specifically instructed me to do so.
I suppose this is our first official meeting, Traveler. I could not let Paimon suffer in her condition for a moment longer, and so I simply took her without explanation.
But why would a big shot like you care about what happens to Paimon?
As I said when you first arrived in Snežnaya, we once spent some time together in the distant past.
Oh yeah, you did mention that. And Paimon did think you seemed strangely familiar the first time we met.
I'm afraid the reminiscing will have to wait. Mitya, let us continue with the report. What conclusions, if any, did you reach from conducting the final experiment of our energy research ahead of schedule?
The good news is, my hypothesis regarding the Ruler of Death has been verified. As for the bad news, I recommend we suspend the experiments and Project Mistleton until further notice. Currently, we have no means with which...
I will trust your judgment. We shall put the project on hold until the Ruler of Death has been...
Wait, what are you guys talking about? You want to get rid of Renova?
By whatever means necessary, so long as it removes the threat she poses to us. After what just happened, I've ascertained Renova's goal. Or rather, the trigger condition for the Curse of Death.
Okay, let's hear it.
What she's doing is blocking Snežnaya's technological progress, preventing us from possessing any means with which to threaten the heavenly principles.
Just like the little lapdog she is.
So, any ideas, research, or experiments that lead to technological progress can trigger the curse. Just now, for instance, I was set to launch a final phase energy experiment ahead of schedule. As expected, though, the moment the experiment began, all the researchers, technicians, all that effort, not to mention the energy and materials we relied on Project 𝐒𝐚𝐲𝐴 to gather for us, went to waste.
Does that mean something similar happened when we were at the theater?
That's right. During the performance, I thought of an important breakthrough, so the nature of the curse seems to be something like... when moments of technological progress occur...
What a violent method!
Of course, that meant the curse was normally limited to the Armory Palace. Since outsiders are forbidden from entering, this mass death phenomenon went unnoticed until Odette came along. I believe she was the first witness. The Curse of Death was triggered...
But you mentioned something about a final stage experiment. Doesn't that mean you actually...
That's right. Even with the gods locking certain key components out of reach, humanity can still advance technology in incremental... But, as I'm sure Renova anticipated, even incremental progress has its limits. A point where the truth you're seeking must be put to the test in an experiment.
You mean the experiment you were just about to do?
Yes, we were at a critical juncture, a moment where the quantitative was about to translate into fundamental qualitative change. But now, after already being forced to fumble around in the dark all this time, as long as Renova's Curse of Death persists, we won't be able to advance the experiment.
And with Project 𝐒𝐚𝐲𝐴 having been in effect all this time, at our nation's current strength, repeated trial and error is simply unsustainable. Only by eliminating Renova first will it be possible to continue advancing our plans.
But she's the Ruler of Death! She can
We'll see. But one thing's for sure. She definitely can't just do whatever she wants.
You're saying...
Wouldn't it be easier to just kill all of us researchers for good? Why resurrect us over and over again?
So, you're saying even the ruler of death has limitations we don't know about?
Exactly. And I think that's where the key to our breakthrough lies.
Regardless, the ruler of death has always been an obstacle we must overcome. Indeed, we must face life, death, time, and space. After all, our goal is the heavenly principles.
The Fatui want to challenge the heavenly principles?
For a long time, I've had a vague suspicion the Fatui and the 𝐒𝐚𝐧𝐼𝐶 were targeting the heavenly principles, but hearing the Jester admit it is still a shock. No wonder that 𝐒𝐚𝐧𝐼𝐶's goal has always been kept a secret from the people. What kind of road will that lead снежная?
In that case... Lord Jester, I would like to request some leave. I'd like some time to organize my thoughts and go...
Granted. Get some rest, put the experiment out of your mind, and take care that the curse of death doesn't affect it. While there is yet time, allow me to offer you my hospitality, honored guest of снежная.
Thank you for telling me so much. I'm a bit surprised, honestly. I didn't expect you to be quite so transparent with me.
Given the circumstances, the Fatui need not hide anything from our allies.
Allies?
To advance Project Mistleton, we must first resolve our issue with the ruler of death. And, if I presume correctly, you have no intention of letting her actions go unpunished either, do you?
That's right. Ever since she said she intends to reclaim Paimon when we next meet, I figured reconciliation was out of the question.
Against an opponent of this caliber, deliberating over our allegiances would waste time we do not have. We must join forces unreservedly with whomever we can, if we are to stand anything like a fighting chance.
You're going to challenge the ruler of death? Just for Paimon? But thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, gee.
The 𝐒𝐚𝐧𝐼𝐶 will return in triumph in short order, and the Fatui shall hold internal discussions regarding the enemy. The time for us to meet again.
Got it. Thanks for your help with Paimon. I'll be sure to look after her for you.
There was just one other thing. Well, just a request, really. Paimon really wants to see what this Mistleton thingy you're gonna use against... Of course, Paimon knows it's top secret and stuff, but she just had to ask. It's okay if the answer's no.
Certainly you may.
Oh, for real? Actually, maybe it's best not to.
While the technology is not yet fully developed, it has nevertheless reached the stage where Celestia's creations are unable to damage it.
Oh. Wow. No wonder Paimon felt so out of sorts recently, even though it was super far away. Alright then! Paimon's ready to take a sneaky peek at this top secret super weapon!
Paimon? You're okay. Thank goodness.
Long story short, yep, Paimon's all better.
That's right. When I woke up, I wanted to go in after you, but the guards had woken up as well. It would have been tough to take them on alone. So I returned the way I came and waited for you here.
It was thanks to you that my soul found its way back to my body so quickly. Thank you.
Huh. That actually worked? Nice. I just figured I'd try my luck when that ominous feeling struck me. Really, you should be thanking this thing instead. Anyway, and now that things here are all taken care of, I have other things I should...
Ah, Director 𝐒𝐚𝐲𝐽, you're back. We just received notice that Project 𝐒𝐚𝐲 has been... This is the preliminary plan. Our calculations indicate...
That won't be necessary. Leave the energy for those. Start preparing to halt... I just... Iskra.
Dear esteemed members of the 𝐒𝐚𝐽𝐽, given the effects of Lelic's radical actions upon our organization's reputation and social stability, a decision has been made to permanently withdraw this codename from use. Considering that Lelic did what they did for the benefit of the people, the 𝐒𝐚𝐽𝐽 has nevertheless negotiated with the authorities, ultimately securing a waiver for all penalties due to them. Lelic will be suspended for a period of time. Depending on their future performance, they may be allowed to adopt. The purpose of this notice is to remind everyone once again that motives, even with Project 𝐒𝐚𝐽𝐽's suspension and our interim operational victory, we must guard against complacency and we act only for the greater glory and solidarity of our nation. May the aurora shine ever on.
We act only for the greater glory and solidarity of our nation.
You mean for us?
Just thinking out loud, I've never seen the 𝐶𝐚𝐧𝐝𝐿𝐴 so lively before.
I never once thought I'd come here. But I understand everything.